Say, wow. Anyway, let's go. So what I was getting at is what DOGE is doing. It's not anything new. In fact, back in 1993, again, a lot of people got short memories here, but back in 1993, Al Gore, he was the vice president under Bill Clinton. He had a department that he was heading. It was called the National Partnership for Reinventing Government. Okay, so let's go ahead and read it real quick here. The initiative aimed to streamline processes, cut bureaucracy with a focus of overhead costs beyond issues addressable by statute.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know why government doesn't work, look behind you. The answer is at least partly on those forklifts. Those forklifts hold copies of budget rules, procurement rules, and the personnel code. The personnel code alone weighs in at over 1,000 pounds. That code and the regulations stacked up there no longer help government work. They hurt it. They hurt it badly. And we recommend getting rid of it. And that's one reason I'm so pleased today to give you the report of our National Performance Review.
And implement innovative solutions. NPR, again, that's the National Partnership for Reinventing Government. That's not the radio, program. All right. Radio station or whatever, was active until 1998. During its 5 years, it catalyzed, am I saying it right? Catalyzed significant changes in the way the federal government operates, including the elimination of over 100 programs, the elimination of, get this, over 250,000 federal jobs. Wow, that's a lot of people that lost their jobs. So I guess that was okay then. The consolidation of over 800 agencies. So again, you got to have some perspective here before you lose your brain here, some of these people out here. And the transfer of institutional knowledge to contractors. NPR introduced the use of performance measurements and customer satisfaction surveys and encouraged the use of technology, including the internet. Wait a minute. They weren't even on the internet then? This is how far behind their technology was. NPR is recognized as a success and has had a lasting impact, according to government officials who worked on or were influenced by it under the Clinton and George W. Bush administrations. So what Elon is doing right now, it's not new. This is not like some brand new, like, oh my God, what is he doing? Things are out of order and all that. No, these Democrats had no problem when Al Gore was doing this same thing and wanted to modernize it by telling them to get on the internet. It was no problem then, but now all of a sudden there's a problem. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you.
As the Secretary of Treasury, you also oversee the IRS. Do you know what kind of access the team has to IRS data or individual taxpayer data?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, too, because, look, the IRS, the privacy issue is one of the biggest issues. And over the past 4 years, we've seen a lot of leaks out of there. The IRS systems are quite poor. When I started in college in 1980, I learned the program in COBOL. I think there are 12 different systems at the IRS that still run on COBOL. But
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on for a second. Did you hear what he just said? Now, if you don't have any experience in programming, you ain't going to really understand what the weight of what he just said. Hold on for a second. He said that there are 12 different systems that they are still using. and they are operating with COBOL. COBOL, do you understand how old that is?
Guests today are Paul O'Grady. Paul is Executive Vice President for Strategic Development at Microfocus, and Paul works with COBOL. And next to Paul, Dave Eisenberg, a Senior Engineer and Software Developer with Apple Computers, and Dave works with Pascal. Gary.
You know, Stuart, there's been a lot of languages around for several years that are sort of considered traditional languages, like PL1, Fortran. COBOL is a good example of that. And one of the difficulties in the small computer industry is trying to bring those down into really usable languages.
Mm-hmm. In this case, I'm going to go straight into the forms part. And I've already created a form for us.
Oh, this is a form that you created by drawing the lines in and so forth.
Yes. Everything that you see on this screen here was created by directly keying in the lines, the text, the X's, the square brackets, the whole thing. And I did it in approximately 5 minutes or so before the programs.
Okay, let me give you an idea how old COBOL is. COBOL is, I want to say, almost before Windows 3.1. Not 95, not Windows 95, before that, before Windows. I'm trying to break it down for people who don't have any kind of understanding about, programming or whatever. COBOL is black screen, okay, a monitor. They used to call them dumb terminals or whatever. A monitor, okay, floppy disk. Okay, y'all, some of y'all older ones, you know what I'm talking about. It's in them days. Wang, exactly. Exactly. This is going back, way back. Now, do you want to know why a lot of these state or federal systems are still using a lot of these old systems like this? It's because, like he said, when I started back in the 80s. So this dude has been in government since the 80s. Since the 80s. Okay? So when you're dealing with people who've been in that system for that long, they are going to be reluctant to any kind of change. They don't want to change anything. Someone may come in with an idea. Hey, listen, I heard you going in today. Hey, did you hear they got something called Windows 3.1? They got something called Windows 3.1. You ever heard of it? And this is in 2025. Oh, no. That's too fast for me. See, you getting ahead of me. I'm trying to tell you. When I contracted with CDC, I'm trying to tell you, them folks, they were very adamant to keep their stuff old. They ain't want to change nothing. And I'm talking folks that have been there 30 years, 40 years plus. They weren't changing nothing. So I can't even imagine what it's like in D.C. It's full of people that are like that. So that's why, yeah, they operate on these old systems. So can you imagine someone like Elon Musk, someone coming in like that, seeing that? What do you think they're going to suggest? So, because I'm telling you where they're already going. They're trying to put everything on AI. So you go from COBOL to AI, these folks ain't going to know what to do. The people that are there right now, if you make that big of a transition like that with your systems, with your networks, you got to fire these folks because they're not going to be able to transition like that.